streaming. I think I've got a feeling that the microphone is crazy loud. I'm going to kill that off. Yeah, I do want to kill that off. Well, apparently it is streaming now. I don't know. Might be live. Excellent connection and stream. Alright. Concurrent views 3. That would be great. But, yeah. Okay. I think I like that it's just called Michael Crilly Livestream. Thanks for that. Setting up Home Lab hardware 01. Today I'm messing around in the garage. What? Save. Alrighty. So, no idea if there's anyone watching. That's okay. It's probably going to be mostly boring for most of you anyway. Abdu! When people come, do they then, like, leave the... Oh, I see. Well, anyway, I have no idea if you're there or if I am actually live. I think I am. So I'll leave you to it. Alright, so I've got a fuck ton of hardware to deal with. Tons of switches. With dust. Tons of dust to clean up. Yeah, I've got to get this space much cleaner and set up properly. To actually run a proper home lab. Otherwise, it won't be a proper home lab, will it? Oh, what's going on there? Oh, I see. Alright. So I have no idea if you guys can hear me or not. Is OBS going through? Yeah. Alright, no one in the chat. In the Discord is talking to me, so over to YouTube. So let me know on YouTube in the chat if you can hear me, that'd be great. Otherwise, I'll just keep going. Okay. So, I've got a shelf essentially I'm allowed to use. Oh, yes, we can hear you. Thank you very much. Alright. So I have a shelf and about 6 servers. About 7 actually. Including old ones like this. That let me just flip this to OBS so that I can actually see if you can see me. Yeah, hard to see on the lighting, but really old i7, no GPU, a little bit of RAM in there. So that's a system that if you pop a GPU in it, you can then fire it up, get Linux on it. It's only got a, well, actually, it's got no hard drive at all. So it actually has no hard drive. So you put a GPU in it, you put a hard drive in it, and then you get Linux on it. And you got a Proxmox host. Might be a weak one. You give it a name to specify that it's a lower power one, older hardware. And yeah, let me just try something, please. Sorry, let me just pop out this chat here. Pop it there, like that. Here we go. That way I can see you. No, it won't let me. Oh. I just want to see that window there. Oh, God. Whatever. Alright, so yeah. Old hardwares can be really useful. You can build a little Proxmox cluster out of it, and so on and so forth. So let's Just gonna get the side back on this. And you can help me decide what we want this lab to look like. You just need to let me know. I'll give you an idea of what hardware I've got, and then we'll. Sorry, it's probably got loud. We'll build something. So we've got this system that has no RAM in it, no hard drive. It's got an NVMe quad core. I think it's a Ryzen 3. It's got no RAM in it though, probably because I tend to cannibalize. I tend to cannibalize all the RAM out of everything, and then move it into other systems, which probably isn't good for the overall longevity of a lab when you're just cannibalizing systems. But alright, let's get a brush. Some of this dust away. The big problem with operating in a garage in a space that you barely actually clean is you don't actually bloody clean it much. Alright, what's down here? Okay. More dust. Well, how do I get this crap into there? I don't want it there. Right, more under there. Alright, go over there and give me my space back. Oh. 2K monitor. Is it 2K? Yeah. 240 Hz, 1440p monitor. Need to do something with that. Oh. Maybe we'll do a giveaway or something. Who knows? Ideas are welcome. Let's get this dust away from here. So I can create a clean working environment. Okay. So altogether, we've got quite a few systems, and I really have no idea whether or not they're all usable right now. Let's have a look. Don't switch, go away. I wish I had a garage to put servers in. Hey, Trouble. Yeah, I am quite fortunate in that regard. 37 lying around his garage, yeah, nice. Well, this thing, this is a Proxmox server. This is an uninterruptible power supply, acid-based one. That's just protect against surges and things. Another, hang on, that's not the same switch? Yeah, okay, I was going to say, switch. So 8-port gigabit switch. Obviously, I don't know if you can see it there. Oh, you can just about. The monitor here is pretty helpful. The keyboard and stuff is pretty good. If I plug it in, as you can see, it is actually plugged into here because it was debugging. The keyboard, again, debugging. It's effectively my KVM. Alright. So, uh, 1080p TV, Sony TV there. Oh my god, so much stuff. Let me see if I can raise. My graphics card from currently my Linux box. That's the box for it. Let's see if we can. Yeah. So I'm actually on the Mac today, using the Mac on another thingy to just essentially. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. Easy. So you need to get some of this C matrix. There's a few of those screens. C matrix. What's that? What does that do? Alright. So one of the major problems I have here and I know it's a first world problem, but it's essentially too much stuff. And I know that again, that's a bit of a first world problem, isn't it? I have too much stuff. What the fuck? But I actually do. Oh, okay. I have too much stuff. You can go in the bin. I'm quite lucky with this garage actually, because it's pretty big. It makes terminal matrix. I don't know what that is. Sorry. Let's have a look at it. Oh, C matrix. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Magic keyboard and trackpad. Again, not really central to this row here. So this is essentially the row for the lab. We've got a switch and power here. We've got power on the wall here. So 4 ports here, which can then lead into various other things. That is an extension cable which is feeding into that lamp. Yes. And then we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think this is, did I read that right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 port power there. Power board for the servers and stuff. And so with the uninterruptible power supply unit, it's not really designed for the servers per se. I've got this one on it at the moment. We can see it goes into the uninterruptible power side, the UPS. The idea there is obviously to protect the hypervisor, because it really, I'm either thinking of a couple of things. I'm either thinking get rid of all the excessive hardware, or use it and just run it and build a cluster. I'm not too sure yet. I'm pretty much thinking I might just have one big fat vertical box, or maybe 2 big fat vertical boxes. So maybe today what we see is I cannibalize what I've got to make 2 big chunky boxes. That one there is quite good. I pulled that back from I had it in the office originally, back over another part of the city. And it's got 128 gig of RAM. It's got like 2 terabyte SSDs in it. And it's pretty nice little box. It's only a 4-core though. And so another thing I wanted to do today, perhaps, is that we'll spend an hour and a half here in the garage, and then we'll go back inside. And then I'll go make the wife coffee and stuff, and then we'll jump back on the PC. And then we can look at perhaps then building something. We can build something together as a community, and then I'll build something that I can then provide as a hosting platform for the Tech Lounge. Let's be careful with access for security reasons, but yeah. Let's have a look. From my life stories, access to my VPN broke a couple of weeks ago. Tried to figure it out. What went wrong? Just as long. 2 days I called up the SP. It turns out they put all their customers on a NAT, so you can no longer reach my VPN server from public IP. Oh, right, yeah. You're being CG natted now, probably. In that case, then, what you probably want is a Tailscale, and use your Tailscale as an exit node, and then you'll be able to just go whoop right out. Alright, so let's see what else we got here. So that is, of course, another switch. So there's an 8-port gigabit with 8-port PoE, power over Ethernet, of course. For those who don't know what that is. So for the most part, I don't really want to touch a lot of this. Right, because a lot of it is indeed like sort of critical, like UPS, etc. I can actually just bring this more forward. There we go. Loudness. So with the power supply unit, you got my fat ass here. And a thingy. Well, either Tailscale or buy static IP. Yeah, I've got a static IP. Comes with my connection. It can be pretty useful to have a static IP. Alright, what's this? Alright, that is a Rogue Ethernet cable. That is not connected to anything, baby. Alright. I was actually been thinking about whether or not I want to make the garage a little streaming setup. Just stream from here. Don't know yet. Really don't know. come in here and just have a little table, have a little data center. Here. Hi, I'm Mike. Not sure yet. Alright, what do we have here? Okay, we've got 2 sticks of RAM. We've got an NVMe drive. Whoa, no lid. An NVMe drive and 4 DDR4. An 8 gig, 16 gig, 2 8 gig DDR4 kits. I'd imagine that RAM probably actually works. And so I might actually stick that in that server so it's got 16 gig of RAM in it. This looks like it's come out of the MacBook, a MacBook or a MacBook Air. This may be the one that I have to replace in an older Mac. Or maybe it was the, what's that from? What is that from? Okay. But you need more serious noise reduction, just all the fans humming. Well, either telescope about it. That sounds fun, but you need more. Yeah. Oh, you mean for the garage setup? Well, maybe they're actually really quiet because I don't use rack mountable stuff, right? So because I'm not using rack mountable stuff, so it's actually really quiet. This little tiny fan here doesn't trigger up until it gets really hot. And the fans on here, believe it or not, they actually run pretty quiet for commodity hardware. What have I got under here? That's just a load of tools, right? Yeah. Alright, and books. Alrighty. Well, these little loose parts can go here. I need to work out what to do with them. Alright. So now we've got a mainboard box with what looks like an micro ITX. So we need to decide what to do with that. And lots of bits and bobs for it. Okay. That's actually a Strix board. Noise torch. This is actually a Strix ITX board. It's actually a really nice little board. The raised thingy on it. Interesting. Oh, it's got an NVMe on it as well. Holy shit, it does. That's a 980. 500 gig 980. So, another computer. What's going on here? Getting messages. Let's have a look. I don't know what that is. Like a dumbass friend request from a dumbass. How's you going on YouTube over there? Looks all good. Thanks, guys. So this could be useful for something. I've actually got a case for that as well. So this is empty. This is what that Strix board could go into. I just need a power supply. Alright. Static bag, great. Now we're getting a bit closer to the actual remaining hardware. So now this thing has got an NVMe, 1 SSD, and 4 sticks of RAM in it. So I've got a feeling, whoa, I think it's probably 32 gig of RAM in there, I think. DDR4. It is kit of 2. Great, that's all I get. That's all the information I get is kit of 2. So basically this is one of those boards and cases Fabulous was telling me to get. What, the ITX one? Is that what he was saying? Was he suggesting a little ITX board, was he? ITX boards are super cute little things. You're very limited in what you can sort of do with them, but if it's for the NAS, if we're going back to the NAS conversation, then yeah, that's probably what it is. Whoa! Right, so with that one, we need to get a GPU in there. All right. Up here, we've got a little HP Enterprise box. These are cute little things. I don't think I've got much in it. It's a company asset from my company, and I actually don't remember what we put in it. It's a ProLiant microserver Gen 10, and I don't know what's in there. Let's crack it open, find out, see what we can see. Tell me what you see. Come on. Oh, I see you. They come off like that. Great. What have we got? Alright, we have a computer. I never really... Oh, I see. Ah, it's got one hard drive in here. And that hard drive is 1 terabyte. Oh, no, there's an old... Oh wow, that is an old SSD. That is 128 gig. I was wondering where that SSD went. That's where it went, okay. That's still worth powering on and using for something. Without a doubt. It's got a little bit of RAM in there. It's probably only got like 8 gig of RAM, 4 gig at most. Single stick though, so that's not really ideal. I could possibly, actually I could probably put those DDR sticks in there. Just going to try and, oh, it's got 2. Let me see. They've gone with that route, have they? What are we looking at here? This is a single 8 gig stick. Alright, well let's see if these will even fit in. Because they're like super fat and tall. Well, compared to that disc, compared to that what I just took out anyway. Alright, they do, and hopefully they might even be usable. Alright, sweet. Well, this has now become a little 16 gig system with a terabyte hard drive in it and a little, probably almost like, probably on par with a mobile CPU. So let's see what this fires up and has on it. Has a dual Ethernet. If you want trouble, we may be able to build you a NAS on this stuff, and I can, if you're willing to pay for shipping, I can ship it over to you. Because, like that little Strix board, it's just going to sit here, bro. It's not going to do anything. I can stick a bit of, probably got spare RAM I can stick on it for you, and then you just need a CPU and stuff. Oh, that's not got a clip on the end. Got 2 clips on the end. Alright, that's fine. Let's Right, well, let's see if that gets that connected. And then I've got a spare kettle lead in here. Kettle leads, man. Need to just buy. Gotta try to get some parts for myself first. See how it goes. Yeah, okay. Let me know. Let me know if there's anything you're missing and you need, and I'll see if I've got a spare one I don't want. Alright. So now, we're going to plug in the KVM. Or are we? Well, we're going to plug it in if we can find a display port cable, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. I don't think I have one of those. Oh wait. No. That's HDMI again. See, let me take that back to work. Because that is not my HDMI cable. Okay, do I have a DisplayPort cable sat around? I don't think I do. I do in the house, but I don't think I have a DisplayPort cable here. So that's a shame, because that really limits my ability to debug what the server's doing. Don't have a converter neither. Oh, there's a flea market every Saturday here. My dad goes there every week and comes back with really cool stuff sometimes. He says he's seen at least cases for ITX boards, so possibly I can get one for cheap. Yeah, probably. How are we doing on YouTube? 2 viewers. Nice. Look at me go. I don't really care about the viewership. I just care about the people, to be honest. Oh, that sucks. Okay. So what I'll have to do is take this one. Ow. I'll leave that there. I'll leave that there. I'll have to take that into the house and plug it into my ultra wide. For now, we'll seal it back up. Come on, you piece of crap. What the fuck? Yes. Yes, thank you. So now you just got to hit it really hard. Okay. Well, let me just see what this little baby can do. So we'll take that. We'll take that back inside. So now, oh, that's the monitor, isn't it? Ow, come on, fuck from under there. Alright, I'm just going to organise this power cable. See what's happening. Come on. Woo! Connections for the case, alright. Definitely need to start getting rid of stuff. Definitely need to start getting rid of stuff. Let's have a look. You definitely need a noise gate. I felt that through my subwoofer. Oh, noise gate. So I don't know how I'm going to do that because I'm just using a Rode microphone. It's just a little USB thing here. Not sure I can do much about that. Where the hell is sound gone? No, I don't want my server profile. Input volume. How are you listening? Let's check. Rode, yeah. Default. What's that? Oh yeah. Ugh. Itchy eye. Voice activity, let's check. My mic issues, no. Output. Yeah. I mean, Discord is improving. It's basically got echo cancellation, automatic gain control, enable quality of service high packet priority. Hints to your router that the packets Discord is showing a high priority. Okay. Right, do that then. I'm not using OBS. Well, I am using OBS, but are you listening via... I wonder if it's just because... Let me just lower the sensitivity down in OBS, like negative. I'll add an extra... I'll reduce it down by about 6 decibels in OBS. Are you listening on YouTube? Yeah, you're on YouTube, okay. So it's probably blown out like crazy on YouTube. But yeah, okay, fair enough. We'll see how that goes. I've knocked it down by a few decibels, so maybe that will help a little bit. but I'm not sure. It's hard to see because I'm moving around. Alright, so what's this box? This box also has 32 gig of RAM in it, an SSD and an NVMe. So okay, so those two boxes are identical then. So let's get a GPU in and see. The problem being is that's the GeForce, but where's my RTX 480? It should be in here somewhere. Oh, what's in that? Oh, it's in this box, I think. It's not about that. It's fine when you talk, but when louder sounds happen, it peaks hard. Yeah, there's not really much I can do about that. Oh, maybe that's a better angle. You can see the mess I've got to deal with. There you go. Yeah. Alright, let me see if there's a graphics card in here for me. How does this friggin' thing open safely? Yeah, from the side. Alright, here we go. I've got an RX 480 lying around. I think it's in here. I've got a few GPUs lying around actually. They're actually pretty handy for when you need to set up a server and there's no GPU in the server. Alright, so just lying around is a 6750 XT. Just lying around, guys. Just lying around. Okay. I'd actually prefer the 480 though, because it's actually lower power and easier to friggin' manage. That's one thing I need to do. I need to learn how to do GPU pass-through. Because GPU pass-through would be really good for, well, passing through to a particular VM. I think it can be done in Proxmox. I just never investigated it. I don't know if it's hard or not. Alright. Let's just now see if we can provide the power. This GPU needs. I don't think we're going to be able to provide the power that this one needs actually. So we'll have to pop this one away and find the RX 480 because that's going to be too powerful. The PSU on these little guys isn't going to you ended up giving up. Maybe I'll give it a stab one day. I just don't think it's necessarily anything I need, to be honest. Not sure what I would use it for. The whole Windows VM for gaming and stuff, I don't know. Seems unlikely to me. Maybe I'll use this older 6750 XT to, I don't know, build a workstation in here, do something in here with it. The only problem with operating inside the garage here is the neighbour's away at the moment, but there are like literal pipes are just here on the ceiling, and it's basically the soil stack. So if I'm sat in here talking to you guys and they flush their toilet, we're gonna hear it, which is fine, I guess. Ah, what's in here? Nothing. Yes. Oh, it was in here. Oh, okay. It was in that box. So this tells me that I told you I put it in something. That's a GTX. So it's not in there. Oh, it must be in the... It must be in the hypervisor in the house. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I think what we need to do is we need to get these two boxes running. We've got this one, and I've got one in the house as well. So all together, hey MediaTek, all together I've got the one in the house, quad-core Ryzen 3, so sort of low to mid-end desktop CPU. They've all of them have got that in. Then the one in the house has got 64 gig of RAM in it. That's got 128, and then I think these two have either got 32. I think they've got 32 gig of RAM in each as well. So you'd have two 32 gigs, a 64, and a 128 gig box. The 128 gig box, this one also has a lot of storage in it, so it's got two terabyte SSDs for large databases and VM images and things. So that would probably be the primary one. And so that sort of makes us go, well, what are the other three for? What do we use the other three for? So do I take the 128 gig box, put that in the house, and use that as my sort of, I have my computer, and then I have that one to offload work tasks onto, or do I leave that one here? Do I leave them all in here? And do I just cluster them all up and just have 4, 8, 12, 16 CPUs and 30, 64, 120, 256 gig of RAM spread across 4 boxes and several terabytes of storage, and then just create VMs as and when I need to and just run them on there. Ultimately, I don't need to... I don't have a lot I want to run, but what I do want to do... hey, Kagan. I brought a guy who knows the secret art of GPU pass-through. Oh, thank you. Awesome. One thing I'm going to be doing a lot, you're going to see it on a lot on the stream, is I'm running for a contract at the moment, which is very Red Hat based. And I like Red Hat stuff. I've got no problem with RHEL. I know they've done a lot of really crap things in the last year. They did a lot of really shitty things in the last year, especially to CentOS. But I don't really care about that, to be perfectly honest with you. A lot of people complained about, a lot of videos of, oh, they're evil. Yeah, they didn't really do everyone a favor, but at the same time, what they are doing is creating a commercial operating system for a commercial setting. They are effectively the Microsoft of Linux, and if I had a multi-million-dollar business, I wouldn't be running it on Debian or Ubuntu. I'd be running it on a commercial setting where there's an actual seriously well-paid team creating patches and doing security on that operating system and maintaining it and looking after it for me, because I'd need them to, because I sort of rely on all that infrastructure. I'm not going to rely on some 14-year-old kid in his bedroom patching a problem in my desktop OS whenever he feels like, or whenever they feel like doing it. You want a team that's like, there's an exploit, it needs to be backported immediately. That's what you want on it. So I've got no problems with Red Hat, and so I'm going to be going all in on them because they're quite a big thing here in Brisbane, Australia. So I'm going to be looking at Red Hat certifications, and we're looking at the Ansible automation platform, and I want to get all of that running on this. So it's going to be Terraform manually. It's going to be Terraform configuring Proxmox. It's going to be a Proxmox cluster, and we're going all in on RHEL, on CentOS Stream, blah blah blah. Do you know how to deploy Guacamole on ARM? I don't know what Guacamole is. I've heard of it. I've actually heard of that. What is that? Let me just type in. It's got a Docker image. What is it again? Is that a Apache Guacamole? Guacamole. Apache Guacamole is a clientless remote desktop gateway. Is that what it is? I like it because you can access your devices over the browser. Oh, okay. Yeah. I can do that with Proxmox as well. On ARM. Let's have a look. Looks pretty old, to be honest with you, dude. Really old. I don't think you're going to get much from this thing in terms of ARM. It might just not be compiled for ARM. You might have to compile it. Alright. So I need these 3 systems running. Now, we can test something, actually. I'm pretty certain that these have got let's bring you up here. You see the rest of the garage. There's a soil stack. Woo, up there. Brilliant. There's no alternatives besides Chasm Workspace. Yeah, I mean, if it's old then and you've got no alternative, then you're just gonna have to use it. But unfortunately, as for it working on ARM, that might require you to make it work on ARM by compiling it or something. I'm gonna fire up this box because I'm pretty certain. I'm pretty certain that. Sorry, I'm in my. Whoops. That's the wrong password. Okay. So this one, yeah. I'm just getting into my router. I'm pretty certain these boxes already have Proxmox on them. So I'm going to look at the ARP. DHCP server, leases, there's some static ones in here. 201, Ubuntu 2.0, template 201. Did that one just come up? Machine 1. Really? Can we ping that? Host is down, host is down, host is down as host is down. No, client, server, show me leases. Really? What? Oh, hang on, what's this one here? Oh. Oh, I see, you've got 2, yeah, okay. So I remember setting this up with a static IP. I can't see anything on the router that suggests that it's are you using legacy BIOS or UEFI? It's a good question. Probably just legacy BIOS, I think. It could be UEFI though, but I'm not really sure if it's UEFI because I usually don't pay attention to that, to be honest. And so I actually can't remember what it is in these boxes because they're pretty low end, not really important boxes. So I don't know. I could find out. What's going to be the easiest option? What's going to be the easiest option, brother? What's going to be the easiest? Okay. Yeah, so sorry, media. I'm not really sure how you're going to be able to get into that thing. What I'm trying to do now... Oh, what was that? 102. Ooh, that could be promising. 102, 102. That sounds right, actually. Oh, freaking hell. What is it with browsers in these days? Just ignoring me saying, go to a particular IP, HTTP, go to... And they're just like, we'll just Google that for you. Yes, visit the website. Fantastic. It is indeed running. Yes. Yes, okay. So this is PVE02, local PVE02. Oh my god, go away with the prompts. PVE02, summary. Yeah, okay. 64 gig of RAM there. You should have a bigger one though. What's this one? That's PVE. 64 gig there. Yeah, okay. And then PVE03. Okay, let's get 03 plugged in and turned on. If I can find an additional kettle lead. This really pisses me off now. I'm really tempted to just go to do an IRL stream where we just go to Umart and buy 500 kettle leads, because I'm always starved of kettle leads. I can never power things up because I can never find enough kettle leads. I guess I can use the one in the monitor, given that I don't quite need it right now. So we'll recycle this little bad boy. Oh wow, I didn't realize the base station for the little road is magnetic. That's really cool, I think. Yes. What did I just plug that into? Oh, I plugged it into there. Oh, that's stupid. Alright, well, we can just turn it off. Let's just get the networking going. Random ass network cables. I promise I used to be way more organized than this. When I originally set these up, I had like correctly coded cables and they were all like the same color and, you know, all that kind of jazz. And then I came along and fucking modified everything. Didn't keep a catalogue of it all. And now it's just all over the fitting place. Alright, so effectively what I've got here now is what I'm finding is I've got into the first box I tried to plug a GPU into, and that's up and running. That's PVE02, that means Proxmox Virtual Environment 02. 01 I actually have running in the house. And so that's why PVE02 is like, oh, we're in a cluster called Awesome V1, but P1 but 01 and 02 are down. I'm hoping it sees 03 just come up, because I've just plugged it in and networked it up and powered it on. It will never see PVE 01 unless I bring it back into the garage and plug it in and give it the same IP that it had before. Permission denied, invalid PV ticket. Okay, I don't know what that means. So, well, let's see if 3 comes up eventually. 3 is now up. So we have a cluster of 2. So because I've effectively stripped out PVE01 from the garage and put it in the house, I wonder if I should idiot proofing at its finest indeed. I wonder if I should leave it there. I wonder if I take it out the cluster and then add this 128 gig box in. I do need compute inside the house at some point, primarily because I've just realized how bright that light is there. Bloody cobwebs. That's not better, but I do need something running in the house, because eventually I'm going to automate the lighting with HomeKit or whatever the hell it's called these days. And yeah, I need something on that internal now, because effectively I have 2 networks and you can't route from in here to over there, right? So I can't ping, for example. I know you can't see this, but I can't ping a box inside there because there's effectively no route. There's effectively no route over there from this network, but there's one going from that network to here. So I can go one way but not the other, and that's good for security, because it means if something inside the garage gets compromised, it can't get through into my home network. Water. Well, I don't know now whether I want to take this 128 gig box and leave it in here and add it to this cluster here. What should we do? What do you do with a drunken Englishman? Didn't I? 88.89. I think I gave it the port up, didn't I? IP. You're so annoying. What are you talking about? Fucking hell. Safari man can suck my dick. What are you talking about? Why is it adding www to the beginning? What are you doing? What the hell? I'm confused as hell, sorry. Yes. Huh? Okay. Oh look, I can ping it. What a surprise. And is there a web UI? Listening on port. Oh, come on. B. What the hell? Well, I'm at a complete loss then as to how Proxmox isn't running on. I'm at a complete. Was it? Oh my god! I'm gonna murder someone in a minute. Right. Great. Now you load. Okay. Only .local will not automatically Google. I know, but I need to. I don't have the DNS set up. All right. So now I wonder whether or not we just join this into the other cluster. IP addresses are all over the place though. We're an absolute mess. I should probably change it. Probably should change it to network to not be 88.88. I should probably go back to 101 because PVE 202. Shut up. Is how do I remove you from the cluster? Go away. Data center cluster. Create cluster. I can't remember how you do it, but effectively I need to get rid of the first node. I don't need to get it out the cluster now. I don't care that lookup for it failed. Stop even trying. Okay. I might take out PV01 and I might rename my big ass box back to PV01. And then I might leave the other one, rename the other one in the house to effectively just the dev box. Okay, move all virtual needs from the node. Ensure that you have made a copy of any local data. Okay, Okay, ensure that sufficient Proxmox VE nodes are running. OSDs opening. To exit. Ensure that sufficient monitors, managers, and using debate redundant each. Okay, I don't need to check all of this because this is just overkill. Okay, PV8, yeah. Okay. Alright, we're going to SSH in. Again, I apologize you can't see this. But also at the same time. Haha. PVCM nodes. Yeah, okay. So now go to 102. Yeah, so the PV01 on .88, 88.88. Oh, so that actually is originally PV01. That was the one I took to work. Okay, interesting. Right, okay. Does it just... Yeah, I know. So it doesn't show, it's not on the node list at all. Oh, man, this is confusing. It's not in the node list at all, but it's showing in that, yeah, quorum. You got 2 nodes. Yeah, so it's not in, it doesn't have quorum, which makes sense. Let's go to the top. Let's go adding nodes to the cluster. Go data center cluster. Okay, let's go to we're gonna add PV1 back into the cluster basically. Data center cluster. Oh, I see. Yeah, 88.101. Okay, let me just go in. I'm going to change this back to 101. 101. I wish you would absolutely piss off asking me this stupid information every 5 seconds. Alright, well. I'm going to update the networking information on PV01. I actually forgot that box of PV01. I thought PVE01 was the one I've got in the house. So that's why I've been confused. So you can just do quick dirty picture in picture with Win browser. Yeah, yeah, it's a good point. I probably can't. What am I? Oh, hang on. Share your screen. Yeah, but I'm typing in passwords and things. That's the problem. So a window screen or an app. Yeah, window screen or an app. Okay. Oh, I see. There you go. So hopefully this works. If it doesn't, then I'm going to have to get the monitor back online again, plug it in, see what's gone wrong yet again with its networking. Because it does fail often. I'm not going to lie. Yay! Okay, it worked fine. Can you see that okay? Can you see what I've got now on the screen? Sorry, I should have just shared it earlier. I figured I was actually... This... Okay, so... Gateway 101... Yeah, so let's go back to here. Cluster... ID1, config, cluster name, join info. So you're probably not going to come back now, are you? Join info. Okay. Stop asking. Okay. Copy the join info here and use it on the node you want to add. Oh, okay. So, right, you think you're in a cluster, don't you? Okay, that's now we gotta reconnect it to. Actually, let's just see if this one has a reconnect. Guest migration, cluster network, remove quorum, Boxmox, re-add old node because yeah, Let's have a look. Restart PV cluster. You can do it's a little bit hard. Use VXLAN with VPN. I'm not sure what that refers to. You can't remove a node from a cluster. You can restart the PV cluster service. You'll see your message faster if you type Discord stream chat. He'll see your messages faster. Yeah, invite doesn't work. Oh, the invite doesn't work. Really? Oh, the invite should be working. Sorry, I don't know why that's not working. Alright, remove and re-add. Let me have a look. Okay, you can keep the same name. Shut down the node. Remove any other storage from the data center. From the other node, PVCM Dell node name. Again, from the other node, RM node name. Remove any node. Reboot all nodes. Install node and rejoin cluster. Appreciate the full procedure list. Step 245. Just be able to use the same name. Okay, use a different name for the node, and yes, you can do it. I rebuilt my entire cluster and added one node on second. Nice, I did a rolling upgrade and shuffled VMs around. Okay, that meant that local. If you keep your VM disks on the node, then okay. Again, shut down the node. Remove the zone storage from data center. Remove other node CLI. PVE Dell node. So, by the way, YouTube can't see your screen. Yeah, I'm doing it on Discord, dude. I'm not doing it in what's it called? OBS. Let's go to allow. Okay. As you say, it's gonna have to be picture in picture a bit, isn't it? Really, let's be honest. Ooh, it's me. And then if I just do that, I guess. I'll make that a bit bigger. Move that over. I'll be pretty centered there anyway, so we'll do that. Alright, how's that? You should be able to see here. You should be able to see this. Shut down node, remove it from the other node, CLI PV CM Dell node. Okay, so I'm pretty certain. God damn, this is uncomfortable to type on. So screw that. Let's go to 101. Yes. Sweet. And then let's do PVCM status. You're in a node of 1. It's in a cluster of 1. So how do I just proxmox delete cluster of 1? Yeah, remove or reset. PSM Dell node. Can I just remove myself from a cluster? Is that what you do? Stop EV cluster cursing. Okay. Systemctl stop PV hyphen. Okay. Let's try that. Systemctl stop PV cluster service. Cursing service. Okay. And then PMX CFS. CFS dash. Is that capital L or is that an I? Capital I. Yeah, man. Use Okay. Right. I see. Okay. RM. Cursing. All. What's in there? Let me have a look what's in there. LS dash L. What's in there? Alright, I'm not going to delete anything then because there's really nothing to delete. Etsy, okay, RM, slash PVE, slash cursing.conf. Sweet. Kill all PMX CFS. PMX CFS. Alright, let me go back to our stuff. Let me make it a start. Boom! Well, let's give that a shot and see if it works. When I turn to the editor, Mr. PM access lines, local mode, okay. Correct. Okay. Let's see what happens now. What do we look like now? Yay! We are a node of one, a cluster of one, no more. Join cluster. Okay. Last time I tried to remove a node from the cluster, 2 of my cloud nodes crashed. Well, welcome to the Discord, by the way. Hello. Thank you for coming over. Yeah, it can be a bit. I'm not really a big fan of just going in and yeeting and deleting stuff. But then I guess it's you know, you got to get it right, haven't you? That's the problem. So we go into here now, and we go into here, to here, cluster. So see the way I can't get rid of this shit? It's like, I don't care. I need the information to be able to join. Jesus Christ. First name lookup PV file. I don't know why. Okay. It's an Enterprise OS. Enterprise. Should I get rid of that one in there? It's got node 1, unique ID, ring 0 ID. Should I remove it from there? Because it's honestly having no... It really just isn't happy. No vim. Christ, it's really not happy with this node. And I'm wondering whether I just get rid of it. Because it's expecting to see it, but it's not actually in the cluster. Right. PVECM status. I am very confused as to what? PVMCM status. Why did you repeat my vim command? Try restarting it. Oh, this box has only just come up for the first time. These 2 boxes have only just come up since the whole cluster was taken down. So it's definitely not that. It's been rebooted so many times. I'm gonna go with I'm just gonna delete this thing. Okay, I'm gonna check to see what you've done, because I'm really scared that you've done something that I didn't ask you to do, like create file. Okay, you didn't. Oh my god. Systemctl restart Coruscant. Fucking terminals, man. Okay, so I have no idea. Right, now it's only seeing yes, thank you. Okay, copy the join information over to 1. I want to join a cluster 1. Okay. Fine, yeah. Okay, no, cluster failed. Okay, go away. Stop asking me this shit. How do I get it to just stop doing that? It's so annoying. This host already contains virtual guests. Okay, virtual guests. Local node cannot add it. We're not found. Cannot use IP. Hang on. Local node address 102.102. Where are you getting that IP address from? That is not my IP address. Where are you getting that from? I get that it has these virtual machines and it doesn't like them. Have they got to be completely? Yeah, I noticed the PCE guide. It does look good actually. That's why I was sort of like I could try it, because I'm pretty confident that the docs on it are pretty good. Proxmox add node with VMs already active. Is that even possible? Adding a new node with VMs cluster. 2023. I recommend a way to do a full backup for the VMs. Join the cluster to the node, then restore the VMs back. Okay, so you got to do this basically. Okay, After backing up the node, I would then need to delete them from the node I'm adding so that the node can be added without error. Yes, after you do a backup for the VMs, double check if the backups are valid. Then you have to remove the VMs from the node after the join command. This is recommended easiest and fastest way. Okay. So I do want to add it because I'm thinking it's important. I don't know where it's getting that shitty IP address from. What I could do is I could drop these VMs. I sort of need them actually because I need them for work. And then I could move them over to here. I like how it still shows this box, even though like I've very clearly removed it. Right, anyway, 64, yeah, okay, cool. I'm pretty certain they've got bigger discs than that though. LVM. Really? I don't know about that. There's another disk on the actual base operating system. Let me just double check that real quick. 102. SDA. They've got an additional SSD plugged in now, haven't they? Sorry, one second. I'm just gonna check. They do, but it has no data port. It's not got a SATA connection. Oh no, that one does. 3 does. Oh, that's weird. 3 does, but 2 does not. That's strange. That's very weird. Let me just log into 3. I need to get my keys and shit sorted. Okay. Do you see that additional drive? No. Okay. Yes, you do. You see SDB and SDA. Okay, so what's... Show me what you got mounted where. God, I love modern Unix and Linux systems these days. They're so easy to understand everything. Like, just tell me where the fucking SDA is mounted or not. Does anyone remember when things used to be simple? Oh, whatever. It's pretty easy. I did it when my PC broke in daily drive of that VM for roughly 3 weeks. Oh, the pass-through stuff. Did you do it with Proxmox? Or did you use some other solution? Hardware, stop doing that. You don't need to keep thinking. Hardware needs to support, yeah, interoperable wrapping. This thing is the CPU and the motherboard. Pretty certain they do support this, but it's not guaranteed that everything will work out of the box. All low quality drivers, okay. Determining PCI card address, yeah. Okay, kernel modules, pass through notes, yeah. Well, it is something I'll definitely look at. It's something I am quite interested in. That's the human readable one. I'm not sure that is what I ran before, yeah. It's obviously LVM, but I'm trying to work out why, if I actually did anything with the disk, or what could be on it. It's got partitions on it. Yeah, but did you use the pass-through on Proxmox? What was the hypervisor? That's what I'm asking. There, Proxmox, okay. Yeah, cool. All right. Well, obviously it's doable then. That sounds good. You 1050 Ti to the VM. Okay, and then you were able to just use that as a Windows daily driver, and that just worked in terms of graphics. But what did you use to access the Windows UI itself to then stream it to you? Or Linux daily driver, yeah. How did you then stream the desktop to yourself as low latency as possible from a remote machine? What did you do? Was it just VNC or VNC? Okay. Yeah, VNC. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. I do think it would be interesting to have as much as I hate Windows, to have a Windows box with a GPU going into it that I could use for any Windows related workflows. It would be useful, and I do have GPUs lying around. I'm not even going to lie, I could probably actually have each of these boxes could have an individual separate GPU in. I've actually got that many GPUs just lying around. I've even got an GPU enclosure right here as well. Thunderbolt 3, Thunderbolt 4 GPU enclosure, and an unused 3D printer, resin 3D printer. Okay, let's see if there's anyone in the chat. Vicode, yeah, cool. Right, so I can't get into the cluster yet. I can't create a cluster yet because these two VMs here, all of these VMs here will need to be backed up and then deleted. Which is a shame. I thought it would be better than that. So we'll have to do this backup and restore. So that's okay. It's not the end of the day. It just means I can't do it today. Well, it's the end of today, for sure. We will go past the end of today. So I guess it is the end. At the end of the day, it is the end of the day. Because that's how time works. But what I mean to say is, I can wait until I've finished with these VMs for some video work that I'm doing for work. And then I can delete them. All these can definitely go. These Ansible automation platform ones can definitely go. Mordor and yeah boy, I wouldn't mind backing them up. And then these templates, I wouldn't mind backing them up as well. But we've got these nice big fat disks here. This is annoying. I've got all of the ISO images installed on the local internal NVMe. I really need to shift that to a big fat data block. Let's work out what is going on here. So we've definitely got a disk. LVS. Okay. 128 gig, 8 gig root, and then swap. Yeah, the root is 64 gig. And then you've got a data one, which is 100 gig. So if we go back to here, it's going to here. We should have 148 gig. Go from there to there, please. Yeah, it's roughly right. So that must be that one. VM disks, yeah, none, because it makes sense, because it has none. But there's an SSD in there I just need to get a SATA port into. And then... So this is why I was wondering whether I just build one big fat box or whether I have multiple boxes. I think clustering's cool, but it could be overkill. Just thinking of the power usage, 32 gig of RAM in each box. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I could even get rid of them and actually build a big fat box as well. I don't know yet. Good question on the backup on the backup solution. For the Proxmox specifically, I really don't know. It's a good question. I'm happy to take recommendations. Yeah, please do, Flexure Lab. Let's have a look. What we got here? You got 48 gig of RAM, 105. Yeah, nice. 16 CPU cores. Very nice indeed. So do you just have the one box? Do you just have the one system, or do you have multiple? Because that's what I'm debating right now. I've got 3. Proxmox Backup Server has really good integration with Proxmox Virtual Environment. I've got four Proxmox systems. I keep forgetting I've got one in the house as well. One box for PvE and another for PBS, Proxmox backup server. If I can get these noded up, then the one in the house can be my dev box. That's actually the one that the WoW server's running on. I won't be able to add that to the cluster because it's on a different network. I could bring it in here, but I do definitely want to keep that inside the house, I think. And then move the WoW server onto this network here instead. I've got a lot of friggin' stuff in here. I could build even more boxes. I'm not even lying, I reckon I could probably scrub together yet again another 4 boxes. I could easily have a 7-node Proxmox cluster if I wanted to. Oh, you back up your laptop to it as well. Interesting. That's good to know. Thank you. It looks like you got your laptop going to it as well. Is that right? Yep. So you're just having a Linux. What are you doing for that? Just Tarsnap or something, or rsync? Well, in this case then, so we know what we've got to do now. We know that we've got O3 and O2. These are seeing each other in the node. So we can create nodes over here. Although there is no ISO images over here. Oh, except this Ubuntu one. But I'll leave it on there for now, but I'm gonna stick to RHEL and Rocky Linux, I think, or CentOS Stream. Use Arch, by the way. Okay, cool. Are you a PewDiePie fan? I can go away now. Alright. What I'm going to do is we're going to go back into the house now. Because it's certain I've done everything I need. More RAM. So yeah, definitely not 64 gig of RAM. I'm pretty certain there's 32 and 32 in here. So there is 64 in total, but definitely not 64 per box, without a doubt. Yeah, it's 2 8s. Yeah, 2 8s. 2 8 gig 6. So there's 16 here and 16 there. So there's 64, 32, 32. So I could put another 32 in this box down here. Yeah, this one. Which has no RAM in it. So I could have a 4th box inside the garage. I'll move it over to the side, put the RAM on it, and then I could just buy a load of friggin' discs. I could buy a load of discs. I reckon random cables and tiny mouse. Alright, oh, and then I might take this one inside the house actually, but this is a little HP box. Could have that. Yeah. The uninterruptible power supply unit I showed you guys earlier is really actually just for the networking stack. keep the switch live in the case of a power outage, and then the actual router is over there. So that's the termination. So that's where the fiber terminates and goes into that MikroTik there next to my head. And then I've got a power supply unit up there as well. So the MikroTik, fiber to the premises terminates in that box and then goes into there. Then shoots along a cable in the wall. Zips all the way over here. And then effectively comes down into this mess over here. There's a switch in there. And then that's where the internet terminates. And then that switch then has a connection that goes out the back of the garage, goes down on the ground, and then goes into our property. And then that's when we have Ethernet, gigabit Ethernet then going into the property. And that tube is big enough to, if I wanted to, I could try and get something like 10 gigabit fiber. I'm tempted. It'd be really fun, I think, to have a 10 gigabit fiber link all the way through there into here, and then have 10 gigabit networking hardware in here. It's something I'll have to research to see if it's viable. And then I've got these servers, and I know it's really like a bit of a first world problem, like, oh no, I've got too many servers. Actually, now while they're here, what is that? Oh, okay, it's a DVD reader. Right, and then I've got all these servers, and then I have 3 back-to-back NAT in my network, and none of them CGNet. Why'd you have that? Hey, trouble. It is a Synology DS216 Play 2-bay NAS. Do you want it? I thought that it had broken in the past, but I actually think it turned out to be the discs in it had broken. I thought the controller in it had broken. But I'm pretty certain that it's fine. Now, because it's an older Synology, I don't think you'd run into the Synology restrictions where they're like, oh, you got to use our hard drives now. I don't think you'll run into that with this. So you are welcome to it if you like. If not, then I'll use it for something. I'll buy some hard drives. So I've got a feeling I'm gonna spend about $10,000 on hard drives soon, because I can, I guess, and because I've just got all this stuff that needs storage. By the way, there's one line bypass for the Synology DRM. One line bypass. There really. I knew someone would crack that and break through it eventually. Where are we here? What are we looking at on the screen? Nothing in the chat there. Cool. Anyway, that is available if you would like it. If not, then I'll stick some hard drives in it. Alright. I'm going to put this hardware here and say that that's stuff that needs to be configured. So the way it's looking right now is, I get a photo. It is looking like this. Now we'll put this in the Discord. Discord, load, you piece of shit. I'll put it in the home lab. So I need to do something with all this working stuff. The leftmost 2 systems are running and in a Proxmox cluster of 2. Need to add more. Alright, I'll put a picture in the when it goes through. Go 5G. It should be using the wireless, but I had to configure static IP on my Mac to get that working. So there we go. That went through. Oh, thanks for sharing a picture of yours as well. Oh, you've got a UPS as well. Is that right? Am I looking at that right? Where's it gone? Oh, there it is. Is that a UPS? Yeah, you got a UPS as well. Wow, that's cool as hell. I like that system on the left. It looks like something from fucking Transformers, like the Matrix or something. That's cool, man. It's nice and clean. Unlike mine. Look at mine. Dusty. Dust. It's dusty and filthy. Like a naughty girl. And I'm not joking neither. If the community can think of what it wants to run on this stuff, then I'm more than happy to go out and buy SSD hard drives. And I can even do it today. We can do an IRL stream to the shop if you would like. It's clean outside. Well said. Well played. Yeah. Alright, if we look at hard drives, let's have a look. PC parts. We'll go back inside in about 5 minutes. But that's basically the system, the setup that I have at the moment is a load of spare junk. And a strong desire to use it somehow. 2 switches. So let's do a count then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's empty, but potentially 6. So 7 PCs. 3 are active. 8 PCs, not including my actual PC. So 9 PCs. Oh no, to 10. I have 10 computers. That might be a bit much, right? Because I've got a TrueNAS box in the house as well. Is that a bit much? Is that too many? Ooh, nice. That's very nice. DMZ. I use MikroTik myself. The reason I like MikroTik is because I like Router OS. And there's a Terraform provider for it. So you can actually configure your MikroTik routers using Terraform. And so what I do with Proxmox for virtual machines in order to fix their IP address is I do 2 things. Is I get the Terraform to not only create a virtual machine, but I get it to create the virtual machine in Proxmox with each one with its own static MAC address. And then 2, I then get it to configure the MikroTik to say, if you see this MAC address, give it this IP. That way I can spin up VMs using Terraform, and I know exactly what IP they're going to get, and I don't have to deal with DHCP, at least dynamically. I don't have to guess what the IP is. I don't have to deal with Cloud Init. Hate Cloud Init. Cloud Init can piss right off. I hate it. And therefore it all works really, really nice. But yeah, okay. OpenSense for my back. OpenSense is good. OPSense is good, or PFSense was the original one, I think. Alright, what do we need? Alrighty. Let me just... Now we're going to see if this breaks everything. Don't ask me this again, otherwise I will kill you. Constantly asking me, oh, your iPhone came close. Do you want that to be a microphone? What are you talking about? Let me see if... I'm going to mute the Rode. Now I'm on the internal... Whoa. Now I'm on the internal microphone. Okay. I've switched to the internal microphone. Holy shit. I don't know if that's super loud. It seems like it is. And I'm going to disconnect the... Put the Rode back in my bag. And then we're going to walk I'm going to walk into my house. Well, my apartment, I should say. For I live in an apartment. Yellows are ideal. You want your audio to hit it, but don't hit the reds. Yeah, I know. I can't really control it sometimes because sometimes the operating system takes over and does shit as well, and it can be really annoying. Alright, so there you go. So Proxmox cluster 2 and 3, 1 but not connected because of VMs. Empty NAS need to fill. Need to put RAM in here and put more drives in here. I want to put more drives in these as well. And then I need to take that inside at one point and work it out what's going on. Hopefully that makes sense. But yes, I have 10 computers and I don't fully know what to do with them. Alright, here we go. It's raining on the streets of Brisbane City. Hi. It's probably going to disconnect because I'm going to leave the garage Wi-Fi and then I'm going to go into the home Wi-Fi. Kate's HA cluster would be cool with 3 zones. I don't really like Kubernetes, I'm not really a fan of it, but I could try it. Yeah, I've never been a fan of Kubernetes. Alright, let's see how the connection goes. Maybe see you in a bit.